Welcome on Mawin the Teacher School Esame Ministeriale Patente C. Let's proceed with the questions. All the questions will be explained and translated in English and Italian language. Let's begin. È soggetto alla revoca della patente il conducente che supera i periodi di guida prescritti. And the answer is falso. Why? It says the driver who exceeds the prescribed driving period is subject to revocation of the driving license. The answer is falso because when you bypass or you exceed the driving period, what happens is that they will give you a sanction, which is multa. They will not revoke your driving license. So that's why the number one, the answer is falso. Very good. Number two, i tempi di disponibilità sono quelli nei quali il conducente, pur non dovendo necessariamente rimanere sul posto di lavoro, deve tenersi a disposizione per poter prontamente riprendere il lavoro. And the answer is vero. It says availability times are those during which the driver, although not necessarily having to remain at the workplace, he or she must be available to be able to promptly resume work. The answer is vero. That is the definition of availability time. So the availability time simply means the driver must be ready to do or to work for the company. So the answer is vero. Very good. 3. La carta tachigrafica dell'azienda può essere utilizzata dal conducente se ha smarrito la propria carta tachigrafica. And the 3 is of course falso. It says the company tachograph card can be used by the driver if he has lost his own tachograph card. Now, the company's tachograph card cannot be used by the driver. That is why every driver has his or her own carta del conducente. Okay? So, the answer is falso. You are not allowed to use the company card. So the 3 is false. Very good. 4. Please like the video and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Join the class with Mawin the teacher. La carta tachigrafica del conducente ha validità di 5 anni. And the 4 is vero. It says the driver's tachograph card is valid for 5 years. And the answer is, of course, vero. Very good. 5. In caso di viaggio effettuato con 2 autisti multipresenza, i 2 conducenti possono scambiarsi la carta tachigrafica. And the 5, the answer is falso, of course. It says, in case of a journey made with 2 drivers, multi-presence, the 2 drivers can exchange their tachograph card. The answer is falso because the tachograph card, it is a personal document that each driver must keep and use their own individually. So the 5 is falso. 6. Il segnale raffigurato vieta il transito ai veicoli aventi una massa effettiva superiore a quella indicata. And the 6 is vero. Why? It says this sign prohibits the transit of vehicles with an actual weight greater than that which is indicated. Now the 6 is vero because the sign is a prohibition for all vehicles that are heavier than 7 tons. So the 6 is vero. Very good. 7. Il segnale raffigurato vige anche di notte. And the 7 is, of course, vero. It says this sign is valid also at night. The answer is vero because it is a sign which does not have a time limit. Okay, so the 7 is vero. Very good. 8. Il pannello raffigurato va messo sui veicoli solo se il carico sporge di almeno 50 centimetri. And the 8 is falso, of course. It says the panel shown must be placed on vehicles only if the load exceeds by at least 50 centimeters from the shape of the vehicle. The 8 is falso because even if the load exceeds very slightly, you must put a sign behind the vehicle. Now, that sign is not this. This sign is positioned behind vehicles that are working on the road or that are proceeding slowly. Okay? And it is an obligation for us to pass on the right side. That's why the 8 is absolutely false. 9. Il pannello in figura deve essere retroriflettente. And then 9, the answer is vero. It says this panel in the figure must be retroreflective. The answer is vero. Very good. 10. Per condurre mezzi che trasportano merci pericolose, salvo in casi di esenzioni, occorre il certificato di formazione professionale ADR. Then is vero. It says to drive vehicles transporting dangerous goods, except in cases of exemption, the ADR professional training certificate is required. The 10 is vero because to transport dangerous goods or explosives or flammable things, you need the driving license or the certificate ADR. So the 10 is vero. Very good. 11. Durante le operazioni di traino, se il veicolo trainato non può attivare la segnalazione luminosa di pericolo, deve mantenere esposto sul lato rivolto alla circolazione il segnale mobile di pericolo o il pannello per carichi sporgenti. And 11 is vero. It says, during towing operations, if the towed vehicle cannot activate the hazard warning light, it must keep the mobile hazard warning sign on the panel for exiting load exposed on the side facing the traffic or facing the road. So the 11 is vero. Whenever you are towing a vehicle and you cannot activate the warning light of the vehicle, the mobile hazard warning sign must be positioned on the side of the vehicle that is being towed. Okay? So the 11 is absolutely vero. Very good. 12. In caso di guasto meccanico al veicolo che lo blocchi in una galleria autostradale, occorre chiedere aiuto ai conducenti più vicini. 12. The answer is falso. It says, in the event of a mechanical failure of the vehicle that strengths that remains on the motorway and also in a tunnel, it is necessary to ask for help from the nearest driver. The 12 is false because you don't have to ask help from anyone, especially when you are on the motorway. By law, it is prohibited. What you have to do, you have to call the emergency number for them to come and give aid to what is going on to your vehicle, and call the company and let them off the lateness because of the mechanical failure of the vehicle. So the 12 is false. 13. Una volta montata la ruota di scorta di un autocarro o di un autobus, non è consigliato fermarsi per controllare il serraggio dei dadi. 13 is of course false. It says, once the spare tire or of a truck or bus has been fitted, it is not advisable to stop to check the tightness of the nuts. 13 is false because after you have tightened or changed the wheels, after a short period of time driving the truck or the vehicle, you have to stop and tighten again the nuts of the vehicle. So the 13, that's why the answer is false. 14. Un trasporto viene definito in condizioni di eccezionalità quando si trasportano prodotti alimentari freschi nei giorni festivi. Absolutely false. It says a transport is defined as being in an exceptional conditions when fresh food products are transported on public holidays. 14 is false because a load is not considered as eccezionale when it is transporting fresh food in public holidays, but it is being considered as in condizione di eccezionalità when quando superano i limiti di sagoma stabiliti ed è uno o più cose indivisibili. So when they are sagma, that is when they are shaped, exceed a certain limit, and they are transporting things which are indivisible, things that cannot be divided. Okay, so the 14, that's why the answer is false. Very good. 15. Like the video, subscribe, give us a good comment. God bless you. La carreggiata di un veicolo è la distanza fra un parafango e l'altro dello stesso asse. 15. The answer is, of course, falso. It says the track of a vehicle is the distance between one fender and another on the same axle. And the 15 is falso. Why is the answer falso? It's because la carreggiata, it is the distance, è la distanza tra i rispettivi centri delle ruote dello stesso asse. So the carreggiata of the vehicle, it is the distance from the center of the wheels of the same axle. That's why the 15, the answer is false. Good. Like the video. Number 16. Un trasporto viene definito in condizioni di eccezionalità se il mezzo d'opera che lo effettua eccede i limiti di massa relativi alla sua categoria. Now the 16, of course, the answer is vero. It says a transport is defined as being exceptional in exceptional condition if the vehicle carrying it out exceed the mass limit relating to its category. So it is vero when it is transporting another vehicle that exceeds the limit relating to its category. So the 16 is vero. Very good. 17. L'autista di un autotreno, dopo aver agganciato la motrice, deve prima di iniziare il viaggio sostituire i normali specchi retrovisori con quelli specifici previsti per il traino. And the 17, the answer is of course falso. It says the driver of a tractor trailer, after having hooked up the tractor, must before starting the journey replace the normal back view mirror with the specific ones designed for towing. It is false because you have to proceed with the same back view mirrors. You are not supposed to change them because they are enough and they work well for you to see the right angles of the vehicle. So that's why the 17 is false. Very good. 18. La portata del veicolo indica il valore massimo in massa della merce trasportata con una franchigia del 10% per merci deperibili ad alto contenuto di acqua. And the 18 is falso. It says the vehicle capacity indicates the maximum weight value of the goods transported with 10% exemption for perishable goods with a high water content. Now the 18 is false because la portata, it is the weight of the vehicle plus the driver, and also it is also the weight of the vehicle which is empty and the tara of the vehicle. That is the weight of the vehicle excluding the driver. So that's what the portata e il peso that's what the portata of the vehicle is. That's what it is and that's what it indicates. So it is not the 10% of the merci deperibili that they are talking about. So the 18 is absolutely falso. Very good. 19. Quando si raggiunge la pressione massima nei serbatoi, il regolatore di pressione impedisce che siano alimentati con altra aria. And the 19, the answer is vero. It says, when the maximum pressure is reached in the tanks, the pressure regulator prevents them from being supplied with any more air. And that is vero because the pressure regulator prevents it from receiving more air. Okay, that's the work of the regolatore di pressione. So the 19 is vero. Now, number 20. Nell'impianto di frenatura pneumatico, il servo distributore a triplo comando garantisce la frenatura di soccorso in caso di avaria di una sezione dell'impianto stesso. And 20, the answer is vero. It says, in the pneumatic braking system, the triple control servo distributor ensures emergency braking in the event of a failure of a section of the system itself. Now, the 20 is vero because that's the duty or the work of the servo distributore a triplo comando. That's the work of the servo distributore a triplo comando. So it helps the vehicle to stop an emergency stopping when there is fault in the system itself, in the impianto di frenatura itself. Okay, so the 20, the answer is vero. Very good. God bless you for watching the first part of SCHEDA number 1, Esame Ministeriale Patente C in English. The next video will be SCHEDA number 1, the part 2. Like the video and subscribe. Join the class. Marwin the teacher.